One more slight adjustment, and my Halloween decorations will be complete. Perfect! The ultimate decoration set that encompasses the spirit of Halloween, with a 1-second cleanup time. Now, I don't normally go all out for Halloween because mine end up being a little disappointing. I guess I'm not getting any trick-or-treaters this year. Well, more stir-fry for me. So this year I thought I'd just do what I do best and play a video game for Halloween. That came out a lot sadder than what I intended it for it to be. Let's get that game! Give me a Halloween game? That'll work.
DeathSmiles is a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up that was brought to us by the wonderful people at Cave. They're a little underground. It's a cave. If you think the title's a little strange, well, that's just Cave. They like to name games that make people laugh, smile, and question their marketing team. Other titles include Espagaluda, Instant Brain, Pink Sweets, Ibarra Sorikara, and Muchi Pork. I haven't played any of these games before, but if you're like me and consume media for no other reason than for the title, well, here you go. Also, this is a pig who can appreciate the value of a well-shaped leg. I want you to brace yourself for this line on the back of the box because this is what's supposed to sell you on this game. Death smiles at us all. Lolly smile back. But seriously, I'm sure this line fed some guy's family for like a week. But you're in for a treat because I get to show you the limited edition version. Oh good. So first up, this game came with a soundtrack, which is awesome, by the way. This game's music is fantastic. But it also came with an Xbox 360 faceplate. Oh, finally! Something I wanted all along. Not wood finish! But this thing's pretty neat. I mean, I don't use it because I thought people would make fun of me. But the thought was there.
But for me, DeathSmiles has always been one of those games that you just like for no particular reason at all. You know what I'm talking about. No one aspect is extraordinary, but you still like it quite a bit. And then you try to share that experience with others and you just get looks of confusion and disgust. And next thing you know, names are getting tossed around. Then the cat. Now you don't talk to those friends anymore. Some family members had to get disowned, but for the sake of your own happiness, whatever. Hey, I don't judge you on your rampant alcoholism, okay? I thought that was a courtesy. But if I play a game where there are characters wearing frilly dresses, well now there's suddenly a problem. So we're playing DeathSmiles on the Xbox 360. This'll be fun. This'll be fun!
As you can see, this game took the gothic Lolita character aesthetic when designing their characters, but look at how much restraint they showed. Sure, you got your tart and your French maid outfits, but goodness, they didn't fall into too many cliches. None of them carry umbrellas. None of them carry a stuffed animal. And not one of them is wearing an eye patch, which would of course be in the shape of a heart, obviously. Or maybe it's supposed to be a female butt. I don't know. But whatever, I'm sure they'd be up for anything. Oh, come on, you know I'm right. Cage Night! Hell in the Cell! Also, there is a severed arm hanging from that cage. It's still dripping blood. Are you gonna move your leg? Are you gonna move your leg? Another thing that surprised me is that each character has an animal buddy to help them out, and not one of them is a cat. I thought that would have been an obvious choice, cause, you know, the kids love the cat, Nico, knee girls. Obviously, the cat would end every sentence with a nyah, which is so freaking annoying. Makes me want to shove a pencil in my ear. Of course, in the spirit of Halloween, I'll substitute a candy corn instead.
What was that doing? Wait a minute. The voices, they're gone!
Now, what I wasn't expecting from this game is that it has quite a bit of backstory attached to it. This being an arcade game, a lot of the background is skipped over. Although I never understood why the story needs to be axed in arcade games. Huh. You know, that gives me an idea. Has anyone ever made a visual novel arcade cabinet before? Now that's an untapped market right there. Someone get on that. Look, here's my idea of what the stick layout should look like.
It's also a
book!
So the instruction manual contains information about the backstory and characters, which actually shocked me. I guess I forgot that instruction manuals used to be awesome instead of just, you know, a picture of a controller. I liked it when things made me happy. Where am I supposed to write all my notes now? Anyways, I need to get you all up to speed with the story. Once upon a time, there was a young English girl named Sakura.
I'm not a weeaboo. It's my legal given name.
Her father, Jitterbug, was an evil man.
I gave my kid a Japanese name, despite my parents for naming me Jitterbug.
Her father had a tendency to lash out at Sakura for no reason at all.
What's your opinion on Brexit? Go to your room!
One day, the two of them and Sakura's mother were out driving. They fell through a portal which took them to the alternate dimension of Gilverado. Bummer. While Sakura was content with their new life in Gilverado,
Finally, no neighbors.
Jitterbug took to the occult for a way to create a portal back to the real world.
This time, for sure. Why has the same thing popped out for the last 58 times?
Unfortunately, he accidentally created a portal to hell, which caused demons to come flooding out.
The fires of hell are kept burning by Satan's flatulence. It's a true fact.
With Gilverado now overrun by the denizens of hell, the king turns to 4 young girls who are also from the real world to use their newly acquired magical powers to stop the demons. Hey, far be it for them to actually use a standing army. It's a cultural thing. Try to keep an open mind. The 4 young girls consist of Windia,
Oh gosh, please don't hurt me. They only gave me a feather duster.
Casper,
Daddy?
Follette, and Rosa.
So today on my channel, I'm gonna do the Kiss 100 Demons in under 60 minutes challenge. LOL.
And together, they form the deliberate eradication of alternate terrestrial hellspawn by making immature ladies enter the situation. Or DeathSmiles. Trademark. Circle with a tiny C inside of it. Now, on a personal note of the bunch, my favorite character is Casper, because I find the idea of a child running around with giant shears to be a punchline just waiting to happen.
Huh. Dimensional rifts. Demons running amok. A story no one cares about. This sounds like Doom. Are you gonna punch me for that?
Ugh, I've been spending too much time talking about the characters and backstory. I'm gonna start focusing on the most important aspect. Wait, this looks familiar. Huh. If you think that's strange, there's a whole city called Halloween Town. Imagine a spewing, bustling metropolis dedicated to the celebration of Halloween. Well, it's not really that dramatic. It's just an economy based around the pumpkin. This must be Gilverado's equivalent of Christmas. Please ignore DeathSmiles too. I bet the citizens actually dread Halloween since it's beaten over their heads so often. It's basically like,
Happy Halloween!
oh yeah, that's real funny, Steve.
It's freaking July!
But this is what makes the game interesting. See, it has this impression like it's just gonna be some cutesy game, but then all of a sudden some horror element is just there, hanging around. Shoot, there's more detail in this game than in my Halloween decorations. That's for sure. I could not even be bothered to draw a smiley face on my pumpkin. Could not be bothered. But I would like to think that there's a deeper meaning behind some of the horror. First up, these guys sacrifice themselves en masse to remind you just because the guy in front of you wants to die, it doesn't mean you should too. Hey, don't drink the Kool-Aid, kids. Grape flavor's terrible. Then there's this monster that has a wise old man face and a demon face. The two faces obviously represent the duality between good and evil. Duh. The dead man background is there to remind you of cool things, like Berserk. And the giant person represents social anxiety and seclusion, whose low self-esteem is only overshadowed by his inability to have a bowel movement in any other location. Or whatever, maybe he is just a giant monster. I mean, you just kill him. Steal his stash of crowns. All right, fine. The horror has no deeper meaning. It is all about killing everything. So all aboard the Anarchy Express. Just burn everything to the ground. Blow this train up. Burn this ship down. Pigs out of work. Can't cook. I am deaf. When the pigtails are coming, they go running. Now that is horror. What was I gonna talk about again? Oh yeah, the story. The girls fight through each level, beating up the bad guys like good little magical girls generally do. When they come across Sakura, Sakura confuses them for villains and attacks them. But don't worry, Sakura had the bright idea of fighting them with jars. I guess she was feeling inspired. So the girls ruin her day and toss her into the swamp. A moral victory, to be sure.
Leeches!
Later that night, Sakura throws her father under the bus and explains to the girls that he's the reason why demons have been appearing in this world. She asks the girls to aid her in stopping her father from making things worse. Oh, this whole situation is just horrible. Follette, what's your opinion on all this? Really?
Follette, all that it takes for evil to succeed in this world is when good people decide to say and do nothing.
Luckily, I have a job for you. Go get some more firewood, okay? Go. Go? The girls agreed to help Sakura, but I fear her trust may be misplaced. The girls recount their experiences dealing with the monsters so far.
So let me get this straight. You thought you would burn down an entire forest, wildlife and all, simply because you found a tree that had a quote, scary face, unquote?
Oh, she's always had psychotic tendencies.
Thank you, Casper.
Look at those eyes. Got you in your sleep.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, I'll say the tree you killed was Vroon, and he's no monster. He often donates his apples to the local homeless shelter. Their natural, cheerful disposition and generous portions make people feel better, and he doesn't have a face.
Please, I'm not a monster. Woodpeckers did this to me.
He was horribly mutilated, and you killed him.
I had to burn down the whole forest just to get rid of the pollen.
Casper!
Make nature pay real good.
You're just as guilty.
What?
You killed the giant bear in Jordan.
No, I killed a giant head in the ground.
Like, was the rest of him giant?
The point is,
I'm
you
just
killed the
asking
gravekeeper.
for a
Now who's
friend.
gonna come for grieving widows?
Not him?
Yeah, I know.
He was blocking my way.
I swear.
I couldn't get around him.
He was not in your way!
No, you weren't there.
You have wings! You can fly over him!
He was throwing rocks at me.
How could he throw rocks at you if his body was buried on the ground?
Look, I had to burn his skin off.
You did. What?
There was a skull underneath. Monster proven.
Holy crap! You have the slightest understanding of the human body.
Whatever, you're just jealous of my new medicine balls.
You're insane. You're insane. Are all of you this trigger happy?
I'll have you know, I'm a self-appointed diplomat between humans and dragons. Oh my gosh! What's this dance move you call twerking?
This whole time, none of you have done anything remotely useful. Did you at least stop the giant cow?
Oh, we just told Windia to take care of it or whatever.
Well, Windia, did you stop the giant cow?
Yes! I bloody took care of it!
The girls arrive at the castle to confront Sakura's father.
Now, we can finally put an end to my father's evil schemes. I just want to thank you all for helping me.
Okay, like, you're absolutely positive there's a Dratini here.
Yes, this place is Dratini heaven.
Are you girls seriously on your phones? I need you all to focus!
What's her problem?
Typical Team Mystic conformist attitude.
Hey, screw you, Mystic Witch. You just can't catch what we're after.
Oh, please, you dumb bimbles couldn't even catch a cold.
My good parts!
This is the girls' toughest challenge yet. The castle is overflowing with all sorts of monsters. That's the worst. It's so claustrophobic.
What? Another cow? Go bother Windia. She's the one who killed your friend. Oh, you are dead to me, Casper!
As they reach the end of the level, they enter into a mad ballroom. The guests are hypnotized by the festering evil presences. Their waltz is a sobering reminder to Rosa of the consequences of power without responsibility.
Like, I thought we were all gonna bring whips.
Oh, I'm getting tired. Okay, so they get through the ballroom and then Jitterbug's just like, I'm gonna go home. And Sakura's like, no, there are demons in that glow hole. And they hit her. Okay. Hey, you're coming back, right? I mean, this seems like a family issue. I just helped you get here. So Jitterbug... How have I been able to say this guy's freaking name with such a straight face for so long? But, pray tell, please answer the biggest question that I have. Why tadpoles? The girls stop the return of early 20th century swing dance from coming back. And just when the portal is about to open... So did the portal work or not? Well, this worked out in my favor. Time to head back to... No!
Monster! The demonic imperator! Tyranno Satan!
Upon making his entrance, Mr. Tyranno Satan bellows out in a deep, booming voice.
Hey, has Carl been spreading lies about me farting again? That wasn't me! I don't even have a pelvis!
So this is the final boss and he's hard as sin. Or is the expression easy as sin? I don't care. I mean, I still managed to beat him. I guess he was no match for the power of my infinite continues. Still trying to figure out the tadpoles. At the stroke of midnight, the portal to the real world becomes activated. Jitterbug is ready to leave Gilverado for good, but Sakura does not want to leave her mother behind. Jitterbug curses his daughter and enters through the portal, leaving her alone. The girls try to ease Sakura's broken heart.
So, like, there's a thing called surfaces rendered.
Well, I think that about wraps things up. Have a happy Halloween. Thank you for watching. And of course, the biggest thanks, I think we can all agree, goes to the person who wrote the line on the back of this box. You had a dream. And you didn't let anyone stand in your way. I respect that. Well, that was exhausting. At least I covered everything in excruciating detail. Oh crap! I forgot to talk about the gameplay!
Gameplay's pretty good. 8 Windia voice clips out of 10. Boo! Did I scare you? I mean, it's Halloween, so I kind of wanted to do a... I just wanted to say thank you for watching my video. But you know what? I didn't do it by myself. I'd like to thank Pandora herself, who did the voice of Casper and Windia, and I'd also like to thank Kikiriki for doing the voice of Sakura. In addition, I'd like to thank Serpent Wraith for letting me use his song
Rise from Nothing!
He makes metal music, so he's a pretty cool guy. You can find a link to all their pages in the description. And if you're interested in watching any of my other videos, well, why not check out the video I did about Record of August War? I guess. Or Tulip. That one's cool too.
Like, I'm coming home, Mom and Dad! Ah! Nice outfit, poor bag. Aw, thank you.